Hey there everyone, welcome back to Footy Leagues Around the World. I'm your host Ryan, and in today's episode, it is a little special. We have another edition of Footy League Vacations, Cascadia style. Now Cascadia, what I mean is I'm actually combining two trips that I took within the last year. One to Seattle and one to Portland most recently, where I saw two MLS games. A Seattle Sounders game and a Portland Timbers game. So let's start off with my first trip. That was Seattle, Washington. That was last May. I'd never been, wanted to go. I had some friends who live up there, so took a trip up there. Beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to visit Seattle, very cool. And also the Seattle Sounders are a really good team in Major League Soccer, so that's another reason I wanted to go. They're known for having some of the best fans, and they play in a awesome stadium. So they play in CenturyLink Field, which is primarily used for football, American football, the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, this place can hold like 70,000 people or something like that. I mean, it's absolutely massive. They don't open up every seat for soccer, but for the game that we went to, the bottom bowl was totally filled out. Great atmosphere. The fans were doing these Viking claps at the beginning, which was really cool. Also, it's located on this kind of stadium row, so it's right next to where the baseball stadium is, Safeco Field, where the Mariners play. And up and down that corridor is a bunch of like old warehouses where they have breweries and bars. So we got to pregame. Bought my tickets, they were like $30. We were right next to the supporters section. Probably should have sat with the supporters, or stood with them rather, but next time for sure. As far as the game goes, it was pretty disappointing. Seattle was not having a good year, at least in that part of the season. Jordan Morris, their star young striker, was out. Clint Dempsey wasn't really doing anything. They ended up losing to Real Salt Lake 1-0. Pretty disappointing there. You always like to see the home team win those games. But still a great atmosphere, great experience. Very happy that I went. And yeah, if you're curious about going to a MLS game, Seattle is one of the best that you can go to. Really, really fun. Now let's talk about the one that I most recently went to, Portland. So Portland, Oregon, again on the west coast of the United States, a couple hours south of Seattle. Another place I'd never been to. Portland is absolutely beautiful. Tons of things to see and do, lots of good outdoor activities, lots of good breweries, lots of good food, and of course the game. So they play at Providence Park, which I heard used to be a baseball stadium. This thing was built almost 100 years ago. It's been converted into a soccer stadium, and it looks a little bit old from the outside, but the inside is very modern and very cool looking. This game seemed like it was nearly sold out. I mean, there were tons and tons of people there. So I learned from my Seattle mistake, and we got general admission tickets to stand with the other fans, and that was a great investment. Again, tickets were super cheap. We got them on SeatGeek. They were about $30. Yeah, again, the fans at Providence Park were amazing. Timbers fans, I mean, they really get into soccer in Cascadia. I'm not free. Unlike the Sounders game, this was actually a great game to be at for the home team. They ended up winning 4-0, the Timbers did, over the Houston Dynamo. And that was just absolutely tremendous. A really cool thing that they do when the Timbers score, they have a lumberjack of sorts, and he has this chainsaw, and after they score a goal, he chops some wood with his chainsaw and then lifts it up to everyone and like shows all the fans, and they go wild. So he got to do that 4 times. That was very exciting. There were also a lot of cool cheers, lots of cool banners. Everyone had all their jerseys on and stuff. I mean, it was really, really, really great time. So anyway, Cascadia is definitely one of the coolest areas of the United States that you can go if you're trying to see an MLS game. Seattle and Portland, I highly recommend both of them. And yeah, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. That's it for our latest edition of Footy League Vacations. As always, thank you for watching.